Hi, this is Andrew. We're working from home right now, and it's still a great opportunity to learn how to do some exciting stuff. Now, because we're working at home, I want to let you know that Roxie here is probably going to start barking during this recording. In fact, I've tried to make it 7 times without a bark, and it hasn't worked. So please forgive the barks since we're doing this live from my apartment. And let's start talking about macOS Keychains. So this is something that we get some questions about a lot, and I wanted to take an opportunity to kind of explain it in a little more detail. So this is something that we get all the time. People will contact us and say, I get this error when I'm being asked for my login keychain password. It's not a problem that's unique to Goucher stuff. It's something that happens in every environment with Mac computers. So it's worth knowing that even though this is something that's very easy to fix, it's worth knowing what a keychain is and what it's for. So, what are we going to talk about? We are going to talk about what is a keychain. We're going to talk about what the two types of keychains are and what they are for. We're going to talk about how you can keep from getting that password error. We're going to take a look at, how keychains interact with printers. We're also going to talk about how you can actually safely use your keychain. It's not just something that is there, you can use it. So, what is a keychain? Well, a keychain is a secure location on your computer that stores important, secure information on your behalf. Keychains store usernames and passwords, but also security tokens, Wi Fi connections, network access, and printer connections. So, sometimes people ask us, and we're like, well, I just don't use my keychain. Well, you do. You can't actually have a functioning Mac without a keychain. So there's important functions on your computer that rely on the keychain. And having a problem with your keychain can cause issues with passwords, visiting secure websites, connecting to a server, or even using a printer. Now I gotta throw a toy for this one. So, so what are the two types of keychains? First, there is the login keychain. The login keychain stores credentials that are related to the user, you. So, important stuff that is just for you. So, your network security token, your password you saved in Outlook, stuff like that. So, these are where your passwords, Wi Fi credentials, printer settings, email accounts, and all that kind of stuff get stored. If you need to look at entries in the login keychain, it's possible. We'll get into that. So, if you need to be like, what is my password for my email? You can find it. Most of the time, when people get errors about keychains, it's for the login keychain. Now, the other keychain that happens is the local items keychain. That's a different keychain, and it has a different purpose and does different things. The local items keychain stores secure information that's important for the entire computer. So computers can have multiple user accounts, right? Think of like a lab computer. Anybody can sit down at one of those and log in and use it. The local items keychain is primarily for the computer itself, not for the users. So I gotta say, even with what I do and all the super in-depth stuff that we sometimes have to do in IT, I almost never have to touch the local items keychain for anything. So we aren't even able to make changes for the local items keychain without doing some really complicated stuff. There really isn't a reason to do it. And if a local items keychain is giving you error messages, it has to be deleted. That's how you fix it. And as a user, you won't notice anything after it's deleted. So let's take a look at some keychain password errors. This is the common one, right? Something wants to use the login keychain, please enter the keychain password. And, whatever you put in there, it doesn't work. So what is this? Why is that happening? Well, this error happens because your login keychain password is created when your account was initially created on your computer, and it uses the same password that was initially given to your account. So when I go and I get my computer and it tells me to sign in for the first time and I put my password in, that immediately creates a login keychain and gives it the same password. When you log into your computer, it uses whatever you just logged in with to immediately unlock your keychain. If your login password changes, then that means the keychain can't be unlocked and that error message is going to appear. So if I changed my password to from 1234 to 4321, I'm going to log in with 4321 and it's going to say that's not your keychain password and I'm going to get that error message. So to avoid this password error, you need to make sure that your login password and your login keychain password are always exactly the same. So there's no security issue with doing this. This is the intended purpose. This is the way you're supposed to do it. In fact, there isn't even any kind of advantage at all to having a different password for your keychain than you do for logging in, because logging into your computer is supposed to unlock your keychain. So how do I fix this error myself? So there's a program on your Mac called Keychain Access. You get to it by going to Applications, Utilities, Keychain Access. Or you can be lazy like me. I like shortcuts, right? So you can go to Spotlight, that's the little magnifying glass in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, and search for Keychain Access and hit return. That's another real fast way to do it. And it's going to open up this application that just shows you a whole bunch of keychains and public exchange keys and numbers and things like that. And it looks complicated, but what you really want is that login keychain option. You can see it in the picture I have on this slide. So what you're going to do is you're going to right click. Now, if you're on a Mac, then you don't have a mouse hooked up, you can click with 2 fingers. That's a right click. Or hold down Control and click. That's also a right click. And then choose Change Password for Keychain Login. It's important that you do it for login. In the box that comes up, you're going to be asked for your old and new keychain passwords. So you can use your previous login password for the old password and your current one for the new one. Don't use any other password than your current password you log into your computer with. Because if you do that, you're just going to keep getting the same error message you were already getting. So once again, when this window pops up, it's going to say, what's your old password? I'll put my old password in. What's your new password in? I'm going to put the exact same thing that I use to log into the computer. So what if I don't know my old password? Now that's where things get a little more interesting. So if you don't have access to your old password or you can't remember which one it was, which can happen, the only way to fix this error is to delete the login keychain. So what you would do is you would go back. Oh, wait, before. Deleting your login keychain will result in any saved passwords on your computer being deleted, and you're going to have to re-enter them. So that means when you open up Outlook, it's going to say, what's your email password? When you navigate to eBay, for example, it's going to say, hey, you had your eBay password saved, but I don't have it anymore, so you got to put it back in. So this is going to include things like your email account. It's going to include your Wi-Fi passwords too. So to connect to the internet, you're going to have to put that back in. So to delete your login keychain, you do the same thing. You right, control click, 2-finger click, whatever, and choose delete login keychain, and then restart your computer. And after you restart your computer, it's going to tell you that it can't find your login keychain and ask you what you want to do. It's going to give you an option to just continue. And a lot of people click this and then they keep getting keychain error messages. And they say, Andrew, I thought you told me this would fix it. Well, what you need to make sure that you do is you need to click on Create New Keychain. That's going to make a new blank one that matches your current login password. And then you won't get any more errors and you'll be able to save credentials again. So what if you get the local items keychain one? It doesn't come up anywhere near as often because remember, it's not for stuff that we do, it's for stuff that the computer needs to know. So the local items keychain errors happen for like unintended reasons. It's not something that you did, like an application installed or updated incorrectly. The error is very easy to fix, but it takes a little bit more effort to fix it, and it's best to have it completed with guidance from the help desk. It's not a very long process, but it's one where it takes you into some places where you could potentially make things not work on your computer. So it's best, if you aren't familiar with how the library of the Mac works, to have a little bit of help in this process. The solution involves deleting the entire local items keychain and restarting the computer, just like the other one we just talked about. Now, with the local items keychain, most users will not notice any changes after it's been deleted and recreated. So let's sum things up. We covered a lot of ground there, right? Keychain errors happen when your login password doesn't match the keychain password. If you know your old password, you can use Keychain Access to change the keychain password to match it. If you don't know your old password, you can use Keychain Access to delete the whole keychain and build a new one, and it's going to erase any saved passwords. And if you're getting keychain errors related to the local items keychain, please contact the help desk for assistance. We're happy to help you with that issue. So one more thing to keep in mind is that I know that I mentioned that there's other things besides passwords in the keychain that we don't need to interface with all the time, like network security tokens and things like that. Those are just going to recreate themselves. There's nothing that you need to worry about doing. Now, how can I use my keychain? How can this be valuable to me? Maybe I can't remember a password. So sometimes we need a password for a different device, but can't remember it. And on our computer, it's actually saved for us. This happened to me not too long ago. I had to go and I had to erase my iPad, and then I couldn't remember what my password for what Twitter was. I know, very important, right? So I couldn't remember it at all, and it wasn't like one of the kinds of formulas for passwords that I normally use. But I know that when I went on my Mac, it remembered it. So I was able to go into my keychain and find it. So, for example, let's say that you got a new phone but can't remember your eBay password to sign into the eBay app. Roxy's jumping and crying and whining. I bet you can hear that. So, you can open up Keychain Access, find the password to what you're looking for, and after authenticating to prove your identity, actually look at the saved password. So this is how you're going to do that. This is how you're going to use Keychain Access, the same place we were before, to show a saved password. You're going to open up Keychain Access and search for the entry you're looking for using the search bar in the upper right-hand corner. So it's best to use the full address of what you're searching for, like www.ebay.com instead of just eBay. You're going to double click on the matching entry that shows up in the search, and you're going to get this window. So on this window that pops up, you're going to click the box that says Show Password. It's that little checkbox at the bottom. Your computer's going to ask for your password to prove that it's okay to show you some of this secure information, and then show you what your password is. And then you can go and put it in on another device. Now, another thing that Keychains store is our credentials for printers. Now, personal printers, like we're all using when we work from home, doesn't really matter so much, but this is more for network printers, right? So what does my keychain have to do with a printer? Goucher printers require a valid username and password in order to allow jobs to be printed on them. If you check the box to remember your password, it saves your credentials in the keychain. If you change your Goucher password, your keychain entry for your printer no longer has the correct password. So even if you fix the keychain itself, right, this entry for your printer doesn't have the right information. So the best way to fix this is to search Keychain Access for your printer name, for example, Goucher_print, delete the entry all from scratch, and then restart the computer and try printing again. You're going to get this window, and then this window is going to ask you for your new credentials. So those are some things that we talked about with keychains. It's something that we get asked a lot about, and it's good to know. So what did we learn? What did we cover? So keychains save our important credentials on our behalf for our computer to use. There are two different kinds of keychains, the login keychain for personal data and the local items keychain for system data. Your keychain passwords should always match your login password. If they don't, you'll start getting keychain errors. If your passwords don't match, you can fix the problem by either changing the password to match or deleting the keychain and starting over. If you encounter an error with the local items keychain, it's best to contact the help desk for assistance. Get out of there! Hey! Hey, get out! Working from home problems with a puppy, right? You can even use your keychain to remind yourself of a saved password. And if you change your password and have problems with printing, search for your printer in Keychain Access and delete its entry. So if you have any more questions about keychains or keychain errors or using keychain access, you should contact the help desk. We're still on the clock. We're still helping you. So we are happy to get in touch with you. We can do a Zoom session if you want. You have a way that you can sign up for that the help desk send emails out about. And we can help you with keychain issues or using keychain access. So we are still here to help you. And if you have any questions, please get in touch. So thanks for hanging out with me virtually a little bit right now while we talk about keychains and my dog eats something out of the trash. Please let us know if we can be of any further assistance. Thanks, and have a great day.